Today, we will be reading Chapter 4 of Go Straight to the Source. Remember how the author organized this book? This next chapter is about the third kind of primary source, documents. Our graphic organizer for primary sources, we have images, artifacts, and documents. Try this. Do you love video games? Your parents may have liked them when they were younger too. In fact, they may have used an Atari 2600 video game system. It was an early version of a home video game system. Ask your parents or other adults you trust. They might know someone who has saved an Atari system. Seeing one up close would be an excellent way to investigate, but you will probably have better luck finding a picture of one. Look in books about the history of video games or search online. After you found a good image, study this artifact, the Atari artifact, carefully. Do you see controllers? Does the device look very advanced? Are there any game cartridges in the image as well? Take notes. What do you see? Think, wonder. Those three things again: what you see, what you think, and what you wonder. They can help us understand what we read just as they help us understand artifacts. Later, I'll give you a chance to answer questions like these about an advertisement. Chapter 4, Words Can Teach. We learn from documents all the time. Newspaper articles, letters, and postcards are documents. So are blogs, emails, online chats, and instant messages. Advertisements, certificates, posters, and even paper money can all be primary source documents too. When you look at text, think about the same three basic ideas: what you see, what you think, and what you wonder. Because you're working with words, you'll think about those three ideas in different ways. Consider what you see or read. Keep these questions in mind. What do the words say? Are some words bigger or set in a different font? Those words are often important. If you find the document online, is there extra text or a caption that gives you more information? Are there images with the text? What do the images show? Now focus on what you think. Try to answer these questions. Who is the audience? Who is the author or creator? Who is the person making the document for? What message is he or she sending? When was the message created? Where did this text appear? In a book? On a display? Why was the message made? To persuade? To inform? To sell something? How is the text arranged? Is that important? How do the images help get ideas across? Finally, figure out what you wonder. What new questions do you have? When you order at a restaurant, you look at the menu to see your options. The Library of Congress collects menus. This page that we'll see in 1966, it's a menu that came from the Ebbett House in Washington, D.C. How were menus different back then? Let's look closely as we analyze this document. Red, fancy lettering for name of hotel. Green, does this mean it was expensive? Red, this document is a list of facts. Blue, I think that means that the purpose of the document was to inform. Green, what do they serve? I would like to see a list of food. Green, why is there no lunch? Why is dinner so early? Red, there is a separate section for nurses and children. Blue, there are different hours too. They must not sit with their parents. Green, do they mean nurses as in hospital nurses? That sounds weird. Red, you can get lunch in your room. Green, why don't they serve it in the restaurant? Green, what is a public table? Why does it cost more if kids sat there? Blue, this part of the menu looks like it was made to tell people when they should come to meals. It also gives some rules for the restaurant. Red, there is a safe. Blue, the owner doesn't get blamed if something is missing. Green, is the hotel unsafe? Why do people have to leave their key at the office? Red, they use half when telling time. I think that half means 7:30. That was in blue. From reading this menu, we can see that children must have been treated differently in restaurants in the past. Try this. Advertisements are everywhere. Television, radio, billboards, and magazines are a few places where we find ads. What can advertisements tell us about a culture or period of time? Find out. Look for a print ad from the past. The older, the better. You might want to look for ads for food products, objects, or clothing. Ask your teacher, librarian, or another adult to help you find one. You might find examples of historical ads in good nonfiction books about the history of advertising. You can also look online. For your assignment today, you'll be looking at an advertisement from the next page. Who seems to be the main audience for the ad? How does the company try to persuade the audience to buy the product or service? Take notes. Always keep in mind what you see, think, and wonder as you study these documents.